You're listening to Locked On Now NHL, local experts on the biggest stories on the ice. I'm your host, Kainani Stevens. Thank you for making Locked On Now your first listen every single weekday. Our Locked On NHL hosts here to help break everything down for you from Sunday night. The Tampa Bay Lightning continued its point streak in convincing fashion in yesterday's biggest game.
The biggest game.
The Philadelphia Flyers hosted a red-hot Tampa Bay Lightning team, and they didn't look like they belonged on the same ice. It was a 6-goal loss for Philly. Locked On Flyers says this cold streak has the fan base wondering if there needs to be a change.
This is Russ Cohen for the Locked On Flyers podcast, reporting in about the Flyers 7-1 loss. They didn't really show up. Carter Hart got replaced early. Brian Elliott beat them, former Flyers goalie. That's never nice. Victor Hedman had 3 assists. This was a game where the Flyers started off well for, first couple of minutes. 2 quick goals by Tampa. You turn the puck over. You're never going to beat them in transition. It doesn't matter how many players they're missing. They're faster than the Flyers. Their work ethic is better. I've always said when Zach McEwen's your best player and you keep throwing him out there, the coach is in trouble. Like, that's it. It's just, you're down 5-6 goals. Really, is Zach McEwen going to bring your team back? No. They did score a power play goal for what that's worth. And now we will all sit and wonder, will there be a coaching change? Because that's what's going to be on everybody's mind. And that's what we're going to talk about on the show.
The New York Islanders lost for the 11th straight time last night, but give New York credit, they're finding creative ways to do it. They've also managed to get a point in 3 straight contests, but Locked On Islanders has more after an overtime loss to the Blackhawks.
Gil Martin of Locked On Islanders here. The Islanders fall to the Chicago Blackhawks 3-2 in a shootout. The good news, points in 3 straight games. The bad news, losses in 11 straight games. Look, under normal circumstances, 2 points in 2 games over the weekend wouldn't be so bad. But when you're on a losing streak like this and you're falling further and further behind in the standings, this team needs more than 1 point per night. Right now, offense is still not there. And although Noah Dobson had a hero's moment to tie the game with 2.3 seconds left in regulation, this team, quite simply, without Brock Nelson, does not have enough offense to get the job done consistently. And there's just no margin for error. So right now, unless the Islanders can get more offense going in their lineup, this team is going to have a lost season before we even get to Christmas Day. And that's not really indicative of the talent that this team has overall. It's a struggle. Time is running out, but the Islanders need to do something and do something quickly if they hope to save their season. For more, listen to the Locked On Islanders podcast with me, Gil Martin, wherever you get podcasts.
The San Jose Sharks couldn't keep up with the Blue Jackets scoring on Sunday, but the Sharks had a lot of good opportunities as well. And that's what Locked On Sharks says ended up costing San Jose the game.
The Sharks blow multiple leads. My name is JD Young of Locked On Sharks, and the Sharks couldn't capitalize tonight, losing to the Columbus Blue Jackets 6-4. They had many chances. I think that's the big story of the game is weren't able to convert several chances. Probably should have been 3-0 by the end of the first period. And then Columbus was able to come back. Big name players showed up tonight. Burns got a goal. Hurdle got a goal. Guys like this. Carlson got a goal. Guys who've been, kind of been missing on the score sheet were able to jump in. But yeah, just a game where Adin Hill wasn't his sharpest, and there was a lot of little mistakes that just got compounded. So we'll have a full breakdown of tonight's game as well as the Rangers game tomorrow on Locked On Sharks, wherever you get your podcasts, and of course, subscribe to us on YouTube.
That's a wrap for us. Thank you for making Locked On Now your first listen every day. For more on the National Hockey League, make sure you check out Locked On NHL and your team's Locked On podcast. I'm Kainani Stevens. This has been Locked On Now.